This is the future.
Children Prime Access is coming fast. Mark your calendar as is set to arrive this March 15th, and, since I'm one of those guys who will be farming the new Prime Relics instead of just buying the Prime Access, I decided to help out and put up a guide wherein it will be used for every Prime Access. Most of the time, I am making a guide specific for every Prime Access, but after a while, I recognize a pattern and Digital Extremes are implementing the same relic drops for new Prime Access. This is why I think it would be better to finally reveal the secret to farming new Prime Relics fast. Also, the nerf to relic pack farming made me decide to make this video. In case you did not know, farming tons of steel essence was the way to go in terms of getting the new Prime Relics fast. After months of farming steel path, you will have enough steel essence to burn when new Prime Access comes. But then, Digital Extremes thought that they would lose money that way and decided to limit the number of relic packs we can get from Steel Honors. Right now, we can only buy 25 relics packs from Teshin using our steel essence. But there are other ways, and that is grinding for faction standings, and open world standings also rewards relics in their respective vendors. But then again, just like the Steel Honors, there is a limitation, but it's kind of different from Steel Essence though, as instead of how many relics you can purchase, the developer limits how much standings you can earn every day, and there's a max standing limit. This is why some new Prime Parts farmers hated the changes on the relic pack from Steel Honors, but honestly, the changes did bring something good in the end. If you take a look at the prices of the Prime Parts, they have gotten a bit pricier than usual. Well, it's not that good for new players, but looks at the bright side of it, you can sell more from Prime Parts right now and get more platinum than usual. The thing about having an unlimited farming method, a broken one like the Steel Essence version, is that it will surely crash the market, and many would be selling Prime Parts for 1 platinum aside from those vaulted relics. It doesn't just cut the grind but crashes the economy, and that would piss off those players who are relying mostly upon farming Prime Parts for platinum. And mind you, Prime Parts farming is the easiest way to get platinum in the game. Okay, let's end this discussion, but if you want to give your thoughts about it, then let us discuss it in the comment section below. For now, let me tell you the best way to farm new Prime Parts easily. Aside from relic packs, there are 3 missions that I highly recommend. Now, I have gone through every mission in the game, and researched also on what is the best, but still, the 2 capture missions in the void called Hepit and Yuko are the best when it comes to farming new Prime relics. Hepit for Lith relics, while Yuko for both Meso and Neo relics. With a fast frame like Wukong in Cloud Walker, you can farm the new relics fast in here. The mission is not limited to Wukong though, as there are other speed frames that you can use, such as Titania, Volt, Gauss, or even Sarin. Anything that runs fast is good, but the ones that fly and can maneuver the whole room faster are better. Lith, Meso, and Neo are the easiest part of farming new relics, but remember this, there is no guarantee that on the first try you will get the new Prime relics, since there are other relics included in the reward pool. It's still based on chances, but you have better chances of getting the new Lith, Meso, and Neo relics in these void capture missions, since there are no other rewards and just relics alone. In addition to this, this is the only mission available right now that can give you 1 relic at the fastest time possible. You can obtain a relic per minute doing this mission, so, basically, you will end up having 60 relics per hour, and among that 60 relics, you will get a chance to get the new ones probably. Compare it to defense and interception missions, or any other missions, I would say that void capture is still the fastest to farm these relics. The hardest part may be for farming new Prime Parts that are encapsulated in Axxi relics. Now, I have researched and tried all the missions that reward Axxi relics for years, but there are only 3 missions that I can recommend, which are faster in terms of getting the new relics. These are Hyrakan in Pluto, which is an excavation mission, Xenia on Eris, an interception mission, and probably the best among all, and the mission I consider to be a loot cave for Axxi relics, the disruption mission in Apollo. Both interception and excavation missions have similar reward mechanics, wherein it's an ABC rotation. Each rotation has a different reward pool, and for the most part, both Hyrakan and Xenia reward Axxi relics at C rotation. For Xenia Eris, this is every 4th data you collect, while for Hyrakan excavation, this is for every 4th excavator defended. Now, I would advise those who are not having so much fun with Disruption mission yet to focus on these missions if you want to farm more Axxi relics, or you just did not get the new Axxi relics in the Prime packs. For the Xeni Interception mission, I would suggest going with Titania if you happen to be playing solo. This Interception mission before was only a small room and it happens to be dominated by Nyx's chaos to crowd control enemies. But right now, it's big and you would need fast movement to move from point A to point B. Titania can do this easily as she got Lantern to keep enemies from stealing the data, while she also has movement when she is in pixie form. While the Excavation mission will be easy for Limbo. For this build, I prefer having two crowd control abilities when running solo. First off is the usual Cataclysm and Unstasis combo that stops enemies from moving. This can't be countered as enemies in this mission are infested, but be very careful with Eximus units as they are not affected by your rift. This is where Resonator comes to play. Not only does it aggro the Eximus units, but it also allows me to move from one excavator to another before even finishing the timer. I highly suggest that if you have Tau Forged shards, or the normal red shards, then go slap more duration on your Limbo along with one casting speed shard. This helps your Resonator to have more duration so you can just move to another excavator to make the farming of relics fast. Remember that you can only have Axxi at every 4th excavator defended, so it's wise to have a team do this mission or have the duration setup I have shared when doing solo. But if there's one mission that I suggest doing for farming Axxi relics, even the new Prime Axxi relics, then I highly suggest the Disruption mission in Apollo. Disruption missions are unique and way better compared to Interception, Defense, or even Excavation. This is because you can force what loot table you want to drop. What I mean by this is that, although the Disruption mission has the same ABC rotation, you can skip other rotations and proc the one that only drops the Axxi relics. As you can see on this table, round 1 will task you to defend all conduits so you can force the loot from rotation B which holds the new relics. In round 2, you only need to defend 3 conduits. In round 3, it cuts down to just 2 conduits. And in round 4 and beyond, you only need to defend 1 conduit to get the rotation B rewards. This means that you can just get the keys and slap them on the other 3 and let the demolished unit destroy them. And all you need is to defend just 1 to somehow get the new Prime Relic. This cuts down the time of farming, giving you more Axxi relics to run. Although we still rely on RNG, but this is the best compared to the other known farming method for Axxi relics. One last thing before we end this video is that you don't need to go in hard mode or steel path levels to do these missions. These are all achievable in a normal star chart and it's better to do the normal variations so that enemies will be easy to kill, allowing you to farm lots of relics easily. Also, if you are having trouble with the demolished unit, then it can easily be killed using any high-hitting damage weapon like the one I'm holding, the Felix, and a good strategy to slow down the demolished is using Gloom to it paired with the cold status procs to make them a statue. If you don't have Gloom, then a gun that can proc cold will do just fine. Or, you can always rely on Magus Lockdown. The key to destroying the demolished is to proc a lot of status using a primer gun, then kill it with a condition overload, or a melee condition overload setup. So that's all you need to know about how to farm new Prime relics fast. Every time there's a new Prime access, just simply go to this video if you want a guide on how to farm the new Prime weapons, Warframes, and even companions easily. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.